you're doing.
I'm not doing shit.
I was just questioning that as I was driving here. Like, why the fuck am I explaining myself to the Alphonso the bomb maker?
What the fuck are you saying?
You
when
fucking.
did I ask you to explain yourself? What the fuck are you saying right now, Brian?
You brought up the questions earlier.
What question? Which one in particular that you think I called you out on?
The conversation just now where I said, yeah, we fucking blow up every day to those.
No, I was saying there's not a lot of people you can trust. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can trust you. I mean,
did you forget the helicopter conversation?
I mean, listen, I just wasn't present. I heard some stories. I'm trying to confirm for you. If I was there and saw what happened, then yeah, but like, yeah, they gave it their best. There's not much you could do. You know, at that point, you should have asked for more help from the state, get the proper equipment to defend against something like this again, because it's most likely to happen again.
It is. It's also why we didn't come after y'all for coming around with that armored vehicle that you got.
Yeah, I mean, that thing was not going to do anything as well, right?
No.
This tablet system, the MDT, it's interesting but scary.
The what?
Able to access information like that at any given moment.
Wait, what are you talking about? The tablet?
Yeah.
You're talking about the Faceless app?
No, I'm talking about this like citywide tablet access to
Wait, what?
You have a tablet on you?
Yeah, I'm a cop.
Yeah, so now for me, I can go and check the docket from here from my tablet. Or
Wait,
go to
how?
profiles. I can check reports as well too. I can check properties. And who owns them too. So I can go through all the properties right now and figure out who. Is this public? Wait, Barrett was in a house in Polito?
Well, I'm assuming you can see what you can see at City Hall. What?
Yeah,
you see reports?
Yeah, I see like judicial power, election process, like procedure reports.
Oh, okay. Do you?
See, prom night.
I don't know what you can see. Could one of y'all go off duty and look at your tablet? Apparently, there's a citywide tablet, and there might be things you can see in the reports that may not have its permission set properly. Unsure.
Well, I think you should be able to see the docket only. That's it.
I can confirm that there is a statewide MDT.
And then maybe like the penal code, and that's it.
It gives me all of my access I normally have.
I should be able to see who owns what properties, right? Or is
no, you can see that.
Pie and stuff like that.
Wait, it's available at City Hall?
Yes. It's always been at City Hall.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The reports is new, though. I
discovered that today
no
when,
PD report, but I see like
Angel,
a lot of just DOJ process, codified announcements. Debates is in here too as well.
Oh, that might be things that on the calendar, maybe.
Maybe I've seen events.
Yeah,
that could be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a big deal. I think more information being out there is a good thing. I think there's a lot of things that we want to push out there. We tried to get it passed.
What about the fact I can see who's part of like what department as a cop and staff?
That's always been at the courthouse.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I must have. I swear when I've gone over, it did not show any of this stuff before in the past.
Trust me when I say there's that's been over there. I think some of the stuff might be new, like the reports.
Yeah, but the docket being here is fantastic. Now nobody has an excuse, you know?
Yeah. Hoping plea deals and such can go on there as well.
I do think that it is a worry that anybody can go on the docket though and make a comment on all the posts.
You can always do that. You're gonna get contempt though. But if you go on the docket and you put a penis on
already.
there, you're gonna get contempt of court or something.
I'll be in jail probably by tomorrow.
Did you do that?
Yeah. Well, I said hello. So,
Okay.
Judge,
Did you ever go to the government website, go onto a docket post, and type hello on it?
no.
Okay. And why is that?
Because that was more of a hassle. Now it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm repositioning over to the highway area, kind of towards the silence and all that. There's no coverage to the north.
030, 2310 north side.
Fonzo.
I'm sorry, correction.
So you saw them, 2 of them. You see his face?
Copy.
I saw Mr. Blue and his individuals from the security team. I was had the helicopter come up right next to it so I could confirm his identity. I've heard his voice before, shortly after getting
Brian,
stabbed.
what about this nasty rumor has been spreading though? About some sort of collapse happening?
I don't know if it's true. I think I know the source of the leak because it was only a hypothesis, one I personally shared with government entities. And unfortunately, the government hires so many criminals that within 48 hours, some jerk-offs probably told all their gang friends. So I can tell you that as the individual who is the source of the hypothesis,
So why is the mayor's office buying gold?
You think the marshals aren't going to give their fears to the mayors?
I'm just curious. That's all.
I'm assuming it has something to do with that. Look, it's a fear that I got, right?
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean it's
I feel
true.
like they're doing inside trading. They know something's coming, so they're holding on to gold now, and not telling the public.
Alphonso, I speak to the mayors, right? I tell them something could happen, right? It's part of my job. Now, if these fucking dumb fucks have criminals in their cabinets and they over-yap and tell everyone.
I see.
Yeah.
So
you from the horse's mouth, I'm not sure if it will. But I'm fearful that there is a non-zero chance.
Okay, so what is the meaning between the Faceless and the Archivist?
I don't know.
Archivist? What is his name again?
Archivist. Yeah.
Archivist. Well, what is the purpose of that? Are they combining forces? Are they planning something?
One specific thing. Me and Skipper were sitting right here when I got the phone call. He sat right here and he gave me a call and I asked him, were you there with Mr. Blue? And he said yes. And then I confirmed with my aerial footage. I could barely make out his top hat. But I mean, if the man said he was there, he was there. And by his own words, while they may not share the same ideologies, while they may not share the same way that they go about things, there is a particular thing that they want to do. And when I asked him what that thing was, he said only time will tell, but it's awaiting him completing his work. And so that leads me to that fear. He mentioned the word reset or starting anew. So
Yeah, have you seen the new twats?
Yeah.
Have you seen what he's able to do?
Firsthand.
There's a mention about the bank and the MDT, by the way, in there. I assume you've seen him.
Yes and no. Yeah, we have. We have full-time investigators on it.
Like I said, I assume
every
just,
twat, every fucking phone call, we've got it all.
So it must have some sort of, meat to it on their own as far as...
We... look, the Faceless do things in a way where they make... If you look at every single Faceless incident, right? There's what they make people believe they're going to do. Then there's what they do in your face. Like right in front of you. And then there's what is actually happening. Ming getting kidnapped was a distraction. And I think you know exactly what I mean by that. It had its purpose, number one, Ming and the besties. It had its second purpose, leverage. Because if they have Ming, they have leverage to make the besties do whatever the fuck they want.
Right, or back off.
Which is why I needed to secure him. Because that would put the besties back at everyone's front door. But then there's number 3. The actual package. Denzel. The thing is, I'm saying this because this isn't something I would tell anyone. I know that you are tapped into that. But you can understand not everyone's going to see that greater picture.
Yeah, my fear is, well, let's say they're successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
They pull the money from the state account, and then let's just make it even worse. Let's say they pull money from everybody else's account. Now everybody's broke, got no money in the bank. What's gonna happen next? Cops are not gonna get paid. Doctors are gonna get paid.
Fuck them.
EMS.
Fuck them. That's the problem with this fucking city. Every bonus that they get, these fucking pussies needing to steal suspects and bring them to their counties. You don't need that money. Who needs it? We don't. They don't. We get paid by the counties regardless.
Yeah, some people are greedy. That's the problem, Brian.
People will fight to process people in certain locations.
Yeah, because they want the money.
They will fucking kick. You know, the moment one department lost their bonuses, they fucking threw the biggest fucking tantrum ever. If you are on the side of good, money does not drive you. What the hell do you need it for? What? Yeah, buy a fancy house? Buy a fancy.
We're naive though, Brian. Some people do the job for the paycheck.
Okay, and do you think they're going to take a bullet when it's time?
No, that's my issue.
Yeah,
we're gonna have less people on the front lines because there's not gonna be payments going out for them to go out there and have an incentive to fight.
Because there isn't going to be a front line. I've already come to that realization.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what that means. We're not winning this war. We're only slowing it down.
What the fuck are you saying right now, Brian?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
No, I do not, because I don't plan on losing this battle.
I don't plan on losing it either, but
you told me
winning
were
winning it is surviving. Winning
so it's not a matter of defeating them. It's a matter of just surviving and enduring whatever they throw at you.
That's exactly it. And don't try to convince me you think otherwise. You're sitting on top of a fucking bunker.
I understand. But
I don't like.
I'm tired of living in a social fucking experiment where these elites and these shadowy figures that have too much influence and power control your everyday life.
I think you might be misunderstanding me, right? There's giving up and then there's being pragmatic. Being pragmatic means realizing that we're never going to have the equipment to take them all out.
That's fair. But having 1% of the population control 99% of the population is just not going to be the way to do it.
You said like. If there's no money, who's going to fight? I want you to consider that for a moment.
Money. There's going to be a different kind of money, right?
No.
That's when resources become tradable.
What I'm saying is, I think you yourself already realize it's over. Think about it. You agree people are going to need money to fight a war. Is that right or wrong?
100%.
So tell me, how the fuck are we going to win then? When you have a fucking population that is greed itself.
Well, we win by having a bloodbath. And hopefully we're the victorious on the other side. Then we can repopulate the island again with the right people.
Have you heard the stories of Sanguine?
Of course, I was watching that shit on the news. All of Ursula's recording. That's how I got caught up on it.
All those people that went to war, including the many gangs that were willing to stand by the PD to fight. That right there, Alphonso, that right there didn't need money. Those people went to war and were willing to put their lives on the line because they believed in something. So when you say, well, how are we going to fight a war if we have nothing left, right? No money to pay people. It's because what I'm trying to say is those that matter, those that are going to survive whatever is to come, are not interested in money. And those that wish to sit back because they wish to be paid, they've already signed their own fucking death certificate. The Faceless have existed for at least 2 decades. They can only be suppressed. We can only win the battles. They're an organization that have much further reach than just San Andreas. So the perception of beating them is unrealistic. Winning is about surviving against them here in San Andreas, no matter what they throw our way.
I see the philosophy and the way of thinking that you're trying to approach it, Ryan. And I do agree with you. I think that survival is winning. However, I just can't help myself. I feel like I'm chained to this idea that these people hold power over us. And I don't like that. It should be the people that we elect. It should be the people that we choose to place in power, not the people that come from the outside and want to control us.
I agree with you. You know the problem, and perhaps what I'm trying to get you to understand, is that the Faceless have already put their claws into the government. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Gunnar Kane was a insane fucking man. But when the PD itself is fighting for the Faceless, because of greed, because of self-interest, we need to face reality. I want to give you perspective here, Alphonso. You saw the papers. 8 cops went to go fight 12 Faceless assets. 8. While the rest of these fucking cunts stood in a court case hoping to see their chief of police who strangled a first responder try to win a court case over a technicality. We bombarded 311s for backup. They did not come. And those 8 officers who weren't thinking about their paycheck opened fire when was needed and fucking wiped those sons of bitches as well as an attack helicopter from the ground.
So you tell me there are some officers that were more loyal to Pred than the badge?
That is quite literally the oath they're forced to read. We were told directly that they swear an allegiance to the department. We learned this about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke, right? And then I realized it was true. In fact, there's something that's currently happening I can't discuss that would probably make people throw up in their fucking mouths. But I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Imagine someone trying to put that person back into power as if we're not going to learn. When I say the PD fights for the faceless, it means turning a blind eye. It means conveniently not being present when needed.
I see. What if I told you there's another side to the story? That maybe there's a lack of communication or, you know, understanding of things that are happening to be aware of these situations so that you can act on them and help out. Is that a possibility? Or is that bullshit?
No. What?
I'm talking about certain officers in the PD, right?
But claiming they're not tapped in?
Yeah, what if they fall into that category? Is it a possibility, or is that just a lot of bullshit? And then
when they have access to 80% of the reports and are given
rebuttal to that, most of it is kept behind certain restrictions or authorization.
Bullshit. 80% of it is regular reports. 80% of the calls involve every department. Most of our findings are in the Chronicle. These are fucking excuses.
So you telling me if I'm a beat cop, if I just read the newspaper, I would have been fully caught up?
Correct. Look at this.
Yeah, I have a copy. Yeah, you can have it back.
Every single situation, we intentionally go to the Chronicle so that the public is aware.
Just good. Just really good.
Have you spoken to Pred today?
I have, actually.
Okay. You know that stupid cunt? You know what he told me?
What is that?
Every time we brought up the Faceless and the need for the LSPD to work with us, he said, Faceless, I'm not interested. That's not my cup of tea. Brian, I'm into murders. In so many words, he believes the Faceless is a predetermined investigation. So when the head of a department...
So you wanted nothing to do with it?
Correct. Don't take my word for it.
I just don't understand, Pred. Why would he choke out an EMS?
In order to get to a witness for Carmine Costello and Bobby's court case.
Why is your job for Bobby Charles and Carmine?
You mind if I get that back?
The two biggest knuckleheads. I am very confused by that aspect.
I don't know. I don't know. He's Pred is someone that builds his own narratives and then believes it, right? In fact, I think at some degree he believes I'm the reason that he lost his job. You know, funny enough, all these incidents, I wasn't even awake yet. The amount of things he's done and we've had to ignore, the amount of cover-ups. I think his perception of law and order is doing whatever the fuck he wants. Unfortunately for him, when you go and attack a member of EMS and a marshal shows up, we have to act. Are you going to trust the PD if they're not willing to protect you?
Yeah, wrong.
But, you know, I'm not going to feel sorry for him.
No,
I've tried way too hard. I gave him that fucking job, and I want you to know that. I stood right over there 4 months ago. I had a chat with the...
I'm just puzzled by what happened, that's all.
I don't even think he knows what happened. But now he's a crying little bitch. Letting everyone know his goddamn story, and that's fine. But to pretend he had any care for the Faceless or law and order, that's a fucking joke.
I'm just really curious to where things go from here, though, Ryan. What's gonna happen next? What's the next move they're gonna make? Who's gonna be the next target? Because we knew the besties was one thing, right? That was a predictable. Now it could be anybody or anyone.
You know, the reality of the situation is I don't know. I wish I did.
That's what makes it scary. The uncertainty.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day or the next day.
I think it's important for us to think about what the future is going to look like and instead of thinking we can take them all out. It's something I've slowly come to realize. I want to draw you back to my point earlier. If you need money, you are faceless. If you are driven by money, you are faceless. Because that is what they are. They are gluttony. It's not just the PD that's affected. I spoke to Denzel about this on the top of the roof. I told him, how is it that I had a conversation with you and in 48 hours I hear that people are stocking up on fucking gold? And he sat there and he himself was annoyed because he himself only told those that he entrusted. And the first thing they fucking did is tell everyone and their fucking mother. You think JJ and his deputy cabinet didn't go tell every fucking gang in the city? Of course he did. Of course he did. And do you think he didn't, you think he questioned, is this the right thing to do? No. He said, I'm going to make sure my friends line their fucking pockets before it's too late. There is survival, and then there is overindulgence. And the problem is,
all this money that you did all this work for becomes worthless tomorrow. What do?
I should be asking you that question.
I know I have a plan. I'm ready.
Y'all
That's
live in
what
New
Babylon's
Babylon. Exactly. I mean, I think you know the answers. If anything, I'm starting to buy into y'all's philosophy. Who's the Babylonian here, you or me? That's what I'm starting to wonder.
Well, you said it best, O'Brien, is if you're bought by money, you're just faceless. You're just part of the same narrative that they've been trying to spin for a long time. And all you're doing is just helping them spread it.
I mean, just look at everything and everyone that's gone to prison. I mean, think about it. Like, even just philosophically.
Look at Benji.
I was just about to say, 7 properties. $12 million. Oh, if only you just wait until the fucking civil case and you'll see how much money he took. Fuck it. I'll tell you. It's fucking public. $20 million. 19.5 mil he put into his own fucking account. And we're coming for that.
Damn. So that's where the money went.
Danger. $300 million to his friends and family. Michael Rizal, $500 million. So when we say, man, the faceless, they've already done their damage. But just like a virus, you don't realize you're sick until it's too late. So what do? You make sure that those that aren't contagious survive.
What about that Nino fucker, though? Did he give a lot of money away?
You mean the guy who left the office with $1 billion in the account?
Yeah. He must have done some shady shit. Come on now.
Well, if he left $1 billion in the account and the state account went down to $200 million, as much as I'd love to hate that guy, somehow he barely gave any money out.
But how did he get the money? How do you go from...
With the tax money.
So why couldn't Nino Chavez pay off these investors and get us out of this debt?
If you want me to give him a call, I can.
No. I don't want to bother him. I'm sure he's enjoying retirement or living life.
You see what I'm saying, though? Listen, JJ is faceless. And he's the deputy mayor. You know who else was the deputy mayor? You know who else was the deputy mayor?
Who? Lexi?
No, Remedy Creed.
Is she faceless?
Her brother is Leon Edwards. Anti-faceless. Yes!
They're
and
brothers?
The fucking doctors let Leon out of martial custody and gave him to her.
That's how Leon got back to New Babylon. Holy shit.
What? Wait.
Yeah, he's back in New Babylon.
Oh my God. Is he safe?
Yeah. What, you've not found him?
No, we were told that she took his body. Okay. Good.
Your cops have talked to him before.
Brother, they took him from the hospital. They released him to Remedy Creed, a faceless asset, because she claimed she was his sister. Now, if you're telling me that he's in good hands, that's good. But this is the first time I'm hearing of this. We were told that he was sent out of state.
Is Denzel Washington a faceless asset? Because this guy nobody's seen his face.
Denzel who?
Washington. Or Wallace. Sorry, Wallace.
Oh. He's a people pleaser, right? I think he wants to do well, and he wants to do the right thing. But the thing is, most people do things for their friends who are, right? Does that make sense? So Denzel, he's indirectly, right? So, and that's the problem we face, right? So Denzel could want the best. And he may believe that. But then he goes and tells JJ, and JJ goes and tells Hydra, and goes and tells, like, you know, his gang, Kineshawagga. Right? Exactly, right? Just because he's the clean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying anything crazy, right? Like, is he not going to tell his own gang? Or are we pretending he's not Kineshira anymore?
I mean,
we're going to pretend he's not going to go talk to the Hydra? Of course they are, right? I mean, let alone the fucking DOJ. Now, luckily, Angel's at the top right now. I don't think I see her getting compromised.
How is she doing as the Chief Justice so far?
I think she's handling it as, I mean, only time will tell, right? I think only time can tell anyone holds a position. I mean, I was a strong believer in Pred for a while, and then he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
He, actually, me and Pred went sideways when he started fucking around with Lucas Miller, Maxwell, Ruth, putting ideas in his head, causing turmoil, and then when it fucking blows up in his fucking face, he acts surprised and doesn't want to be held accountable to it. I think that's why I felt so confident being able to walk into a hospital ward and say, I'm the chief of police. I'm allowed in there. And when told no, he fucking choked someone out. That's the thing about a position of power, right? Oh, what about him? They fucking stabbed Peach.
What?
Oh, yeah. Look, you can look at the docket. You can look at the docket post yourself. It's Bobby and Carmine convinced Peach to come to the mines. We don't even know the why. And Carmine stabs Peach, a member of High Command. And then Bobby shoots Bill Mays. The weapon is then put on Bill Mays. And then Bobby throws the gun away.
Plant the gun?
Yes. No, they planted the knife.
Oh, I see.
And then they threw the gun away around the corner. And the thing is,
these are cops,
maybe
for sure.
Yes. Now, the thing is, I think they're so used to shit cops that they didn't expect when Riker, who's one of the good ones, saw all this. He came on scene and he took control of it. Pred comes on scene and says, Riker, you're a dog shit cop. Maxwell's going to take this over. And I think Maxwell, to a degree, is like, listen, she might do some corrupt things, but she was like, fuck that. She tried to get the statement. He tried to get Maxwell, his own high command, to take Peach's statement, even though it's in Blaine County, even though it's Riker's scene. And Riker's like, what the fuck? So he reports it to the marshals. We come in. We find all the evidence. We find the fucking gun that was thrown away. The gun has the fingerprints still. The gun had just been bought within the hour off the, the transaction records. The knife comes back to Carmine. It has his fucking DNA on it. It doesn't have Bill Mays's. Bill Mays has 2 knives, so it would be unreasonable. Oh, yeah, it's like a fucking 4K.
Yeah, how would his DNA fingerprints get on that knife that Bill Mays has?
Correct. Now, Bill Mays is in the ICU. His emergency contact says no LSPD. And that's when the Pred situation happened. He walked into the ICU with Richard Dark, and he threatened to blow the door hinges off of the ICU to get access to Bill Mays.
Load it off.
I swear to God, it's on the fucking docket, brother. And Dark, it's in Dark's statement. And he was already pissed at the EMS. It's all recorded. And then Dark says, don't do that. Dark leaves. And the next thing you know, 911s are coming in. That he choked out the EMS, made him open the ICU doors, and he was found next to Bill Mays. And Ruth goes and responds to the 911. And she says, Pred, leave. And he does. And now we have a recording of Bill Mays saying how he's scared of them and he was getting threatened and this, that, and the third. So, but apparently while I'm, jerking off to my morning, session before I'm back into work, I did all that. Yeah, I made him do that shit. I wasn't even fucking awake for either of those things.
No, I don't think anybody's blaming you per se, Brian.
No, he is. I'm just telling the ridiculous.
Fred is definitely blaming you, but I'm talking about everybody else.
I woke up. I didn't even know the details. I only know them because last 3 weeks. No, I came on duty. They're like, "Yo, look at all this shit that happened. Are we pushing this?" And I said, I'll sign off on that. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm disappointed because I feel like Pred should be smarter than that.
No.
Especially with his experience. You should be 10 steps ahead.
Are you fucking kidding me? I take it you didn't realize all of this was happening.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yes.
I live in my own bubble. This is all news to me.
Did you know about the Green Gobbler blowing up Bobby's court case?
Yeah, I saw that on newspaper. Yeah.
So there's that happening as well.
I heard somebody else is trying to fight him right now too.
Huh?
Yeah. Some weird shit is happening.
Okay. All right. So the reason I bring up these things, or the Denzel and the JJ affiliation, is that the claws are in deep. It's like metastasized.
But how do you cleanse it though? Okay, I'm sure we're not okay with this being a permanent thing moving forward, right? One thing survive, but how do you cleanse the body of this disease and start all over again with better structure and foundation?
Information and precision. So when you ask me, do I have the answer is no. Do I think they're looking to get rid of the accounts? 100%. Do I believe there's something bigger? Yes. Do I now know that there's a nuke after talking to Skipper? Yes. That's the first time we got confirmation by another party. And it's waiting to slow it down. And when the right moment arrives, we'll know because we've been watching. We know because we've been connecting what little dots are left. And when the time and moment is right, that's when you strike. Like, not to make a dumb parallel here, but it's like attacking the Death Star, right? They didn't just. I'm not even a Star Wars nerd, but it's the only thing that comes to mind.
No, I see what you're saying.
They didn't go and just like say, "How did we take out the fucking Death Star?" No, they had to go first, eventually get lucky and get the fucking, the schematics, and then they had to take that perfect fucking moment to go in the center and blow that shit up. I don't know how to get there yet, but eventually, we will. But part of that means people working together, right? We all have a piece of the, there's so many, everyone's collecting pieces to a 1,000-piece puzzle. But if we're not willing to share those pieces, we're never going to see the entire picture or start to figure out what exactly that puzzle is supposed to depict.
What if these faceless motherfuckers are very smart though, and already 10 steps ahead with the whole thing with the besties? Do you truly believe the besties have flipped on the faceless, or is it all theater?
I think Edgar's already compromised.
Edgar!
This fucking guy tried to have me give him back a faceless coin, and he wouldn't even tell me the fucking truth. I was gonna give him this shit back. They call it the hollow coin. I don't know what it is. It's not the first time we've come across one, and I told him, where did you get it? Why do you want this back? And he refused to give me even a decent bullshit story. Like a half truth. He told me he's like fucking Alaskan, like something, and it's from Guarma, and I'm looking at the coin and it's got the faceless owl. I told him to suck my ass. So when you ask me about the fucking besties, I mean, yeah, they'll flip. All it's going to take is for them to be given something, right?
Are they going to survive
that they can't refuse?
With Forehead being gone?
I spoke to Forehead today, and he claims, he's been out of touch with them. Then no, I don't think so.
Maybe the Faceless knows of the besties pretty well, and knows that Forehead being gone, Ming being gone, there's gonna be a fracture. There's gonna be a vacuum that has to be filled as far as leadership and power, and that could lead to the gang imploding.
Let me pose it to you this way, right? And maybe I'm being pragmatic. I'm trying to be, not pessimistic, even though it may sound that way. For an organization like the Faceless, who for the longest time took a stranglehold over the city by holding weapons over people's heads, so much so that people that would in any moment kill each other, get them sitting at the same table. Do we not believe that weeks from now, if the Faceless have something else to offer their enemies, that they may not take the bite? You always have to plan for the worst.
Exactly. But these people are they have these like dark twists that you never see coming. That has been their theme, has been their pattern. They always just have this like invisible hand that comes out of nowhere and changes the tide of whatever's going on. That's what scares me the most, is like, it's not what it seems to be on the surface, right?
1 second.
You have to dig deep and exactly know what's going on.
I think threat level's low. Feel free to, except for local PD.
Everything good?
Up to y'all if you want to. I don't want to make you feel like you guys got to continue monitoring. Yeah, I have 6 marshals surrounding us.
Damn.
Yeah, they're very, I feel bad sometimes. I don't, like, Charlie might show up, but they feel obligated, I guess. It's, all right. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I don't want you guys like just feeling like you gotta sit around. We'll be fine. I mean, worst case, Charlie comes through, you know, pull out my AR and call 78s. Then again, maybe if you guys aren't there, he'll come, and then you come through and we ice him. He's probably sitting in his helicopter way up, just being like, there's too many of them right now.
I want to slam Charlie.
Hell yeah. All right, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just basically saying that you can really never expect what they're gonna do next. That's the only fear I have, because every time you seem like things are going your way, there's always this invisible hand that just comes out of nowhere and does something that changes the tide of the outcome.
That's why we had to save Ming. If they had Ming and they threatened to kill him, what would the besties do?
Lose our mind?
And what if I was Mr. Blue and I said, I will, we will slice his neck unless you bomb this building? What would they do?
I mean, I see your point. Like,
I think they wanted to trade Ming for Denzel.
Really?
Wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%. If I was in a position, yeah.
They may think they're 10 steps ahead, but some people think the long game. We can never be certain, but we need to limit risk. And that's the name of the game. What could they do given these pieces? Let's take that piece away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of leverage, right?
What would you do if they were willing to give you Denzel if you took out Ming? And you don't have to answer that question.
I mean,
I
like
think
I
you
was
already
telling
know the
everybody else,
answer.
if I was a Faceless and had Ming and Denzel, and I had two enemies being Babylon and the besties, I would put them at odds to have only one come out as an option. So create internal friction between the alliance, have them kill each other as I watch them from afar.
Exactly that. Now, that's not something that we shared with everybody, at least not during the operation, but it's very much what myself and my command were worried about. They're trying to force politics, right? And they're going to try again. So I need access to your equipment.
The hell are you saying right now, Brian? What equipment?
In case worse comes to worse.
That's a conversation that you're supposed to have with Lion, not me.
You know what equipment I'm talking about, right?
The ice cream truck?
No. Your specialty.
I know you're not saying what you're thinking you're saying right now, Brian. I'm not a bomber. Let's just say there were two bombs that were defused and then refused and used and then defused again.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, that's how the bombs have kind of just circulated a little bit. Not because there's a, you know, a manufacturer or somebody making them. They're almost just kind of just like exchanging hands into different groups.
What? You're saying there's a bunch of dud bombs that just need repairing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Or diffused bombs that get refused, yes.
Brother, there's been like fucking 10 explosions.
No, I know that, but
So-
I'm saying some of them have exchanged hands.
I know how to make bombs. I just
You get a
need the
blueprint.
material. Why would I need a blueprint? It's up in my head. I read from Jaeger's book. South Sanguine exploded. I planted that shit right in the middle of his fucking casa. It was a comic book, very easy to read. Now, mind you, I might have made it a little bit too big. And the only reason I bring that up is sometimes law enforcement needs to get rid of evidence.
It would be nice to have an island though that can banish people there though. That'd be nice.
You got an island?
Nope.
What if a bomb were to get thrown into the center? You know, have you ever been to the hatch up there?
Oh, Chiliad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, no one owns Mount Chiliad. If I had a good faith belief that they're operating in there and I opened the hatch and threw a couple bombs inside, be interesting to see what would happen.
Yeah, well, I wonder what would happen. Would that cause like an avalanche of just like rocks?
Yeah,
and dirt?
don't actually do this. By the way, I just realized who I'm talking to. Please do not do this. I am not telling you to do
bro,
this.
I think you got
I
the
want to
wrong
make
guy.
it very clear. I'm not telling you to do this. We're talking hypothetically and something that I would ask legally to do.
You know, there's a story about you with this like EMS.
Oh, Veronica, she's like really good friends with me.
Yeah, where you gave her a bomb to
Give me a-
plant inside. You remember that?
I do. She gave me a bomb
let's just
plushie
say-
for Christmas.
That's cute. Let's just say if you did the same thing with me and the Faceless was inside.
I'm not gonna. You want me,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're
I'm just telling
asking
you,
me.
if you give me something similar like that and the Faceless was inside, I'm not coming out. And you're gonna hear a loud explosion.
Wait. Are you asking to be my suicide bomber? I'm confused here. Are you offering yourself up right now? What's that? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, if there's an opportunity, I'm taking it.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
I'm ready to die for the cause. I'm ready to die to make a dent.
What the fuck? All right.
But yeah, I mean, a lot is happening, Brian. I do appreciate this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your honesty. And like I said, you know, from my perspective, there's not a lot of people out there that we can trust who are in a position of power, who are willing to take on this whole thing, knowing that it's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not a matter of winning or losing. It's about surviving.
Yeah.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but yeah.
I want to be clear here. I'm not like when it comes to the besties, right? I think Forehead is thinking straight. It doesn't mean the rest of them individually will, right? In the same way, I imagine even within New Babylon, there's probably some that are thinking crazy thoughts. The same way that in the PD, some are thinking crazy thoughts. It's about making sure talking to the right people that can see the bigger picture. It's just how things are, right?
That's what we need. People that can open up their eyes past the bullshit. and realize there's so much stake, and put their egos aside. So.
Yeah.
But trust me, I know all about Miguel. If there's one person who understands what you're going through, he's definitely me.
He contacted Charlie and snitched on us. And he thinks I'm stupid. So.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. $495. I'm gonna be back 10-8. A pretty constructive conversation. I told him I appreciate him, his people kind of